What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, OG is back. You guys already know what time it is with this guy right here. I don't talk about it, I say about it. Well, anyways, people, today I'm going to talk a little bit on homie Hangout. And I'm only going to bring him up because it was asked of me if I was familiar with Josh, Mr. Rascal from homie Hangout. I'm very familiar who this individual is. He reached out to me and we hopped on a phone call and we chopped it up, man. He's a individual that is very unique. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so anyways, I will elaborate a little bit on that, and only because I was asked of. But first and foremost, I got to give a shout out to all my channel members, my followers, my subscribers, everybody that's been supporting my channel. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Today I'm going to speak a little bit about how to deal with fatty liver. I believe I spoke on that in the past, but that's like I said, that touches home to me because, you know, I suffered with hepatitis C in the past, and I shook it. You know what I mean? I don't no longer have it. But anyways, people, yeah. So that's the reason why I take a little extra interest in that topic, and it was asked of me because a lot of the guys that sign up with my team, some of them, you know, like to have a recreational drink, and you know, usually recreational drinks. As for myself, I can't keep that under control. That's why I choose not to put myself in a position that will make me vulnerable to drink. You know, yes, you've seen me in the past with MC Pancho at 99 bottles, but I drink mainly water and mocktails. But anyways, people, it is what it is, right, people? Yeah, I am an alcoholic, so I know not to participate in that because I don't know how to drink casually, you know. So it's better to be safe than sorry. You know what I mean? I've always been told a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Nursery rhymes at its best for them people that keep on saying that. It is what it is. Well, anyways, people, if you want to get started on your fitness journey, shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com, man. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. You can't talk about it. You just got to be about it, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want anything in life, you know, set you a little goal, go out and get it, conquer it, smash it, and then set another goal after that and just keep on pushing. Every goal is a win, no matter how small it is. And like I've said in the past, I'm going to tell you guys today, when you look back, once you complete your final goal, that biggest goal that you ever made in life was that very first one. And the reason is because that's what got you started on conquering and pursuing your future. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, let's talk a little bit how to deal with fatty liver, people. The right drinks can make a huge difference in detoxifying your liver and improving overall health. Okay, so let's go with some unsweetened organic coffee. Unsweetened organic coffee has liver protecting properties which are anti-inflammatory. Another good thing is green tea. Green tea has phytonutrients, which is a potent and anti-inflammatory. Another good drink would be beet juice. You can find those at the Winchell's Donut Shops, man. I used to drink those all the time. Very good for you. Keep rubbing because my mustache, I must have a nose hair sticking down or something. It's itchy. But anyways, people, so yeah, beet juice, man. Beet juice, that's another good drink right there. It's very high in betaine, which can help reducing a fatty liver. Beet juice also increases glutathione, which is a powerful antioxidant as well. Okay, so man, that fucking sun is beating down on me, man. I wish I would have chosen a different direction, but it is what it is, man. So okay, and then you got turmeric. Turmeric has something called curcumin, which is really good for your liver. That's another powerful anti-inflammatory. It can inhibit a fatty liver. You know what I'm saying? So these simple natural remedies can transform your liver health and help you feel your best, people. You know, just start off with it. You know, find something that you like. It doesn't have to be all of them. You know, find something that your taste buds is gonna agree with, and just run it in. You know what I mean? Run it in until you get burnt out with it. It's kind of like me with everything that I do. You know what I mean? I'll find a food and I'll run it in, and eventually I get burnt out with it, and then I move on to the next one, and eventually that food that I never liked, I end up liking it. You know what I mean? I give it a shot because I'm all out of choices. But anyways, people, yeah, so If you guys want to get started on your fitness journey, shoot me a DM. Go check out my Instagram, high power fitness, high_power_fitness_. I have over 2 years of content that I've posted right there. I mean, I've did burpees everywhere. If you guys want to know burpees, I got burpee rutinas from the joint. You know what I mean? These ain't these homemade suicidal trippy ass burpees that people be doing. You know what I mean? That's it's gonna do more damage than good. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't recommend anybody doing these crazy burpees. Just all bullshit aside, the most simple burpee is the best burpee for you. It's all about just picking up a pace, sticking with that pace, and running it in. Don't be in a race. Just go on cruise control. And that's what I do. Like the other day when I did my 300 straight burpees, I didn't bust a sweat, and I was suffering with that respiratory virus flu that was going around. So you guys can imagine, it was early in the morning. My throat was, man, it was killing me. But I did it. You know what I mean? And I didn't have to prove anything to anybody, because for those of you that's done time with me in the joint, I'm a fitness machine. And for those of you that are contesting my ways of coaching out here, if you don't like it, start your own program. And to that question that someone asked me about what I think about these other fitness coaches out here, I don't. You know what I mean? They're doing their thing. Why would I want to knock them for what they're doing? They're doing the way that they know how to do best, and I'm doing it the way that I do best. I'm not going to follow suit because another individual's doing it a certain way. Why would I? I've never been a follower. I've always been a leader, baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to create your own path. You know what I mean? Be the architect of your life. Create it to your design. Don't wait for the next man. You know what I mean? Because eventually you keep on putting that shit to the side, someone's gonna hire you to build their future. So be that person that does the hiring. So anyways, yes, I ramble on, and that's one thing I do right here on this channel, man. I do ramble on. That's just what I do. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like what we do in the joint. You know what I mean? But amongst homies, it's just to pass time, make time go by. But anyways, people, so let's cut to the chase. Mr. Rascal from the homie Hangout. I always pop in with old boy. I tap in with his channel. He does, my goodness, he does some very long lives. They usually go past my my program time, because for those of you that know, I usually shut down my program by like 8:30. I'm done. You know what I mean? I'll pull up to your live and just give a quick little shout out. You know what I mean? Give some recognition that hey, I know you guys are doing your thing. That's my way of saying hey, Cuvo. You know what I mean? I may not hang around, and I may miss some comments, because a lot of these individuals that are in these other chats, they recognize me, and don't ever take it personal, people. You know what I mean? I'm not as quick as the average cat is on this social media, especially when them messages are just flying, man. It's crazy. They go, don't they? But it's hard for me to keep up with it. So anyways, if I ever miss any of your guys' questions, don't ever think I'm putting you guys in the shine, because I am not that type of person. I mean, anyone that's met me in real person, in real life, hey, talk to me. I talk back, baby. You know what I mean? I don't care how you look, or just I don't overall. You know what I mean? I don't care your appearance or anything. You know what I mean? You come with me respect, you're gonna get full respect in return. I will acknowledge you as an equal. You know what I mean? I've come across many people, and I've ran into homies that I did time with, and they were solid, good individuals, and I ran into them in the calles, and they're like on the worst of luck. I didn't even recognize them. They recognized me, you know what I mean? And shit, I give them a hug. I don't give a fuck how dirty they were. You know what I mean? It's just a homie or whoever it is going through some rough times. You know what I mean? Sometimes that hug and recognition to the next person goes a long ways, man. It helps the person out. Yes, I rambled on, didn't I? I was supposed to talk about Mr. fucking homie Hangout. Mr. Josh. Rascal, what's up, G? Hey, I already know, G, I sends mine in full force, you know what I mean? That's an individual. The reason why they told me to speak on him, or ask if I could speak a little bit on him, is because he brought up a topic that's it's fairly old. It's about the incident that went on over there in Salinas Valley. For those of you that ain't familiar with Salinas Valley, I was there across the street when they were building that. We named that, us older folks, we named Salinas Valley, we called it New Soledad. So those of you that's done time during my time, that's what we know it by. Yeah, yes, the name is Salinas Valley. Yes, it was off the hook. It was rocking and rolling. A lot of them cats that came down from Salinas Valley got kicked out of there and shipped right across the street to where I was at in Soledad. Like I said, the joint that I was in, it was a level 3 at the time. I believe there was also level 2. It had the hole and everything else, X-wing, O-wing, and all that shit. For those of you that know, you know what I mean. I was in Last End, Rainier Hall, all the I was all over the place in that motherfucking joint, man. But except for I used to hear that they had a golf course on the level 1. I wish I would have gotten there, you know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe I would have got too comfortable over there. Shit, fuck that. So I was cool where I was at. But anyways, people, yes, I went rambling on. Yeah, Mr. Homie Hangout. So I went and watched his video, and that's one thing I'm gonna have to tip my hat to, that Mr. Homie Hangout, man, Mr. Rascal, man. That individual, he's non-biased. He's not out here trying to be something that he isn't. He actually lived that life. He had credentials, and coming from where he comes from, he said it in the most professional and accurate way that it should be put here on social media. Once you leave that life, you shouldn't be trying to portray it at all, not even the slightest, out here on social media. You know what I mean? That life is to be lived behind them walls, and them the cause behind them should stay behind them walls. And the ones that are out here trying to push that, you guys ain't really pushing that, because if you were, you would be behind them walls. Trust and believe, there's plenty of work that needs to be done back there. It's never ending. It's a life. It's a whole different lifestyle. Just be grateful for the freedom that you have today, man, because it could be yanked from you at any given moment. Just that slightest mistake. That's why I always say, be quick to listen and slow to react. Back in the day, I was the opposite. And it got me in wrecks. Yes, I rambled on again, didn't I? But yeah, back to Homie Hangout, man. He addressed the situation in the most professional manner. I tip my hat to him. Much respect to that individual. He already knows. I actually sent him a direct message to his number, and he appreciated the flowers that I shot him, because we come from way two different factions, you know what I mean? But he put it out there and kept it real. And as far as the PC moves about individuals making certain movements, absolutely, he's absolutely correct on the way people wiggle. Those are considered PC moves on that individual's behalf. Showing up and I guess looking for a sympathy card, that shit that went on in that visiting room was just gonna be overlooked. It was obvious something was gonna happen. You know what I mean? Because you opened up a new, how should I say, a new ground for war. You know what I mean? And coming from doing time from my time, that was a sacred ground right there. That was like a no-no. So whether that was planned, that was bullshit. I don't care. That's like the wrong thing to do. You know what I mean? What happened to everybody's values and morals in this the life that we had, the life that I had lived, you know what I mean? If that was a given order by somebody, that was coming from my perspective, that was the wrong thing to do. But yeah, so we're not talking about my perspective today. Yes, Mr. Rascal, he elaborated and broke it down so good. He hit the nail on the head. I will have to agree with him on everything, the way he laid it down, because he put it down in such a professional manner and broke it down to where even a natural civilian would even be able to understand it. And you got to keep in mind, Mr. Josh, he's very educated. He's I believe UC Berkeley graduate. So he's very his intellect is very extensive compared to the average cat. So he's able to break scenarios down into the simplest form, more simpler than what I could do it. You know what I mean? Because obviously he has a more extensive vernacular than I do. His education has been upgraded. Let's just put it that way. But anyways, yeah. So Josh broke it down. He broke it down into different parts, and I will agree with the way he broke it down. He broke it down in a non-biased way. He spoke a little bit with feeling, but I could understand where he's coming from, because that place of visiting, I know if I were there and something like that were to have happened and it jeopardized my thing, you know, there better have been a good cause, because I'm going to go out and I'm going to be very upset. Let's just put it that way. And so that's going to come with any faction. Do you think that's going to set well with somebody else because certain individuals had a green light or whatever on them to take action in a sacred place where it should have been off limits because you're there with your loved ones? You know, at the end of the day, I really don't think this is over with. This is the beginning of something new. You know what I'm saying? Something bigger. I hope it doesn't lead to anything bigger. But like he said, someone righteously owes an apology. And for those of you that know, you know what type of an apology would be accepted. And it's not guaranteed to be accepted as well. Because one man's blood doesn't mean shit to the next man's blood. You feel me? It's all up to that individual that's in charge. So anyways, people, yeah, I touched on Josh. Josh is a really good dude, man. I have direct contact with him. He knows he can reach out to me at any time he wants. I could reach out to him at any time he wants. And as a matter of fact, my next road trip, when I'm going up north, I'm going to tap in with him. Wouldn't mind, you know what I mean, picking each other's brain just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, Mr. Rascal. You know, I'm always watching. I can't stay and tuned in for your 3-hour lives, my G. But you already know I listen to them when I'm doing my workouts. Now, with that being said, people, I'm going to bring this video to an end. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell and all. Let's get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers. That way we could get this YouTube yada active, baby. And for my channel members, you guys already know, man, you're more than likely guaranteed a slot to become a moderator. Keep running the yada. You know what I mean? Make sure it runs smooth. And you know, you guys already been warned out there, you funny bunnies and trolls. There's no DPs in my yard. You would just be removed, baby. I'm playing with hard candy. Well, anyways, with that being said, man, get up and get yours. Don't talk about it. Be about it. And if you need help with that, shoot me a DM, highpowerfitness, high_power_fitness_, or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. There ain't nothing to it but to do it, people. Now get up and get yours.